Hi there. Welcome to my Forest Friday walking on the Buffalo River up to the bluff experience with a little bit of poetry sprinkled in a couple of minutes. Have you had the experience of life just walloping you, like the waves of life, right? Just kind of crash on you like you're on a beach and you get knocked over, and then you're like, you got sand in every crevice. That's what the month of May has felt like for me. So I can, commiserate with you if you're feeling in a similar way. Um, in this area of Tennessee, and obviously across kind of the middle section of the country, we've definitely had a lot of extreme weather. Heart goes out to anybody impacted by that. Um, Here, it definitely brings a lot of really intense storms and some tornado watches, that type of thing. So, it's not safe to go outside when there's lightning. And, so there are kind of all these like unexpected obstacles that pop up when you're trying to make a regular routine of a creative project like this. So I apologize, but here we are. It is the end of May. It's hot and humid. I've got my stitches out from, I don't know if you can see that, from skin cancer surgery, very basic, skin level basal cell, which is something that I have had to deal with almost my entire adult life. So wear sunscreen, wear hats, wear jackets, even when it's hot outside. Um, it's interesting because I haven't walked down here in a few weeks, and uh, it rains so much that weeds just like sprout everywhere. But you can see a complete difference between the winter time here and the amount of rain that comes through. So there's a lot of those marshy weeds that happen in the wintertime that are, completely gone. There's some kind of over on the side. And this is kind of an island that the river makes. So there's like a sycamore tree growing here. And then there's like, um, the trees that fall and fly down, and get washed down here. There's all sorts of fun, habitat, flowers. I was mowing up on my property up above this past week, and I don't mow the entire thing because I really think it's important to leave some of the wild flowers for pollinators. There's a lot of dragonflies in this area, so you might be able to see all these little happy little flowers popping up. There's some butterflies there. So I leave like little patches of clovers and all sorts of things on kind of the property where I have, that I'm spending a lot more time with my donkeys and stuff. But then out here, what I love about this, it's kind of the untamed world, right? What it could be today, or it could be 100 years ago, it could be 100 years in the future. It is a place. Oh, that's so nice. Can you see the butterfly? Hi, butterfly. It's so important to have habitats for all of the creatures that we share the planet with, and not be, paving over every inch of things, right? There's that song about like paving paradise, right? So that's one of the reasons why, if you've seen any of my other videos, I kind of talked about why I decided to quit my life in the urban urban world and move out here to be a little bit more quiet, which is another reason why life throws me those waves and kind of sucks me in, because sometimes I just lose track of time too because I'm so busy. So you can see all these great little pond areas that develop from the high water. It poured today and the sun is out, which is super exciting. And you can see the water level change. Let's go over here to our landmark, see if any of the mushrooms on the tree still exist. Oh, hi! Look at all the butterflies. Hi, butterflies. And the bees. OMG. Hi. Hi. Last year or 2 years ago, like I said, this was all dug out, and this was kind of like the watering hole where you could sit in, and it might happen again this summer. You can see all the trees that have been swooped down here and get stuck, because this is the higher level, right, of this island. So where the water kind of whooshes around the bend here, it's kind of a horseshoe corner, and then it hits that wall, and then it swooshes everything down. But it's building this up and building this up. So these trees that are, floating down the high water, which could be 10 feet above where I'm standing at least, and then it just kind of gets stuck and then they land. This one has gotten buried, and then obviously sometimes trash and stuff gets washed down here. Yeah, so this is summertime here, and sometimes I've sat here and this tree has been, looks like, broken off. This was our landmark for most of the fall into the winter time, or the winter into the late winter time. That broke off, but there's still some landmark there. And then obviously this tree was cut at some point and got stuck here during one of those high water rain events. But you can see how green it is here. It's shady. Why don't we sit up, and there's a couple of poems in the section that we're reading right now. Let me just get out of the sun. It's like 6 something. So the sun is setting. I need to go feed the donkeys their dinner. I need to get out of the sun so I can actually see something here. Okay, this works. That's better. Okay. You're going to be on a little bit of an angle here. Okay, let's try this. Here, that's better. Okay. So again, if you're just joining me for the first time, I'm reading from this book. And we're in the mindfulness section, almost finished the mindfulness section. This poem is by Elizabeth Bishop, 1911 to 1979. It's called Filling Station. Several stanzas, 6 stanzas. Okay. Oh, but it is dirty. This little filling station, oil-soaked, oil-permeated to a disturbing overall black translucency. Be careful with that match. Father wears a dirty, oil-soaked monkey suit that cuts him under the arms, and several quick and saucy and greasy sons assist him. It's a family filling station, all quite thoroughly dirty. Do they live in the station? It has a cement porch behind the pumps, and on it a set of crushed and grease-impregnated wickerwork. On the wicker sofa, a dirty dog, quite comfy. Some comic books provide the only note of color, of certain color. They lie upon a big, dim doily, draping a tabouret, part of the set, beside a big hirsute begonia. Why the extraneous plant? Why the tabouret? Why, oh, why the doily? In parentheses, it says, embroidered in a daisy stitch with marguerites, I think, and heavy with gray crochet. Somebody embroidered the doily. Somebody waters the plant, or oils it, maybe. Somebody arranges the rows of cans so that they softly say, "eso, so," to high-strung automobiles. Somebody loves us all. This next one is called The Poor by William Carlos Williams, 1883 to 1963. It's the anarchy of poverty delights me, the old yellow wooden house indented among the new brick tenements, or a cast iron balcony with panels showing oak branches in full leaf. It fits the dress of the children, reflecting every stage and custom of necessity, chimneys, roofs, fences of wood and metal in an unfenced age, and enclosing next to nothing at all. The old man in a sweater and soft black hat who sweeps the sidewalk, his own 10 feet of it, in a wind that fitfully turning his corner has overwhelmed the entire city. The last one is a Japanese, translated by Robert Haas, Kobayashi Issa, 1763 to 1828, a haiku. I think it's a haiku. I'm going to roll over, so please move, cricket. There's only a few more until part 3, which is joy, which will be cool because I'll be doing that in June. And in a month, I'm actually traveling to, let's see here, we're here. I'm traveling to Japan in a month with a group of people that I'm leading, and artists and writers excursion for people who most of them have not been to Japan. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm hoping to record at least one of these Friday walks with you. So the end of June, I will be in Tokyo on a Friday, and then the following Friday, I'll probably be able to do that too because we'll be spending like a half day in Suruga, I think it is, up on the Japan Sea. So I'll be able to kind of do a short video for that too. So making a mental note, making a goal to share that with you. If you're a subscriber, that is awesome. I'm slowly, obviously, developing this channel. I have not obviously had a chance to do as many videos as a lot of new YouTubers of multiple times a day or multiple times a week or once a week or whatever, but I'm working on it. So those poems to me kind of remind me of that, my encouragement to go slow and notice what you're noticing the details, noticing things that maybe you wouldn't necessarily notice if you were moving in this kind of fast-paced world that makes us go, 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 right? Or the world where you're just getting pummeled by the metaphorical wave and you're just getting knocked down and you're just like, I just got to survive this day, right? So I'm really trying to be kind of an alternative source to what's out. A lot of what I see out there that is just kind of like over the top production, multiple angles, multiple editing things, and maybe even scripted YouTubers content to give you a different give it different kind of pace and a different life encouragement. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna go over here and there's some more butterflies. So we'll go slow through here, and then the trail up to the bluff is really overwhelming with weeds, which is giving me kind of heart palpitations of like something else that I need to deal with in my life that is already overwhelming right now. So if you're thinking about moving to the countryside, it isn't just like peace and comfort unless you have a teeny tiny little spot. And there's like maintenance of all sorts of things that you might not realize. Like I didn't realize. Okay, let's go see the butterflies. Pointing. See if this might come up as a thumbnail. Excuse me, OMG. Happy little flowers, happy little bees, happy little other things. Um, I think there used to be a show that talked about the moment of Zen, right? And I think it was like a comedy thing. But um, if you can find a moment of Zen, a moment of just complete appreciation for this particular moment in time on this particular third rock from the sun, you know, it might help um, offset those waves tumbling and pounding us down, swallowing water and getting sand all in our crevices. Yeah, look how beautiful the clear pond is. I always wear good walking shoes, closed-toed shoes. And I found these like steel-toed work shoes that I think are really good down here, just in case there's something that you don't want attacking your feet. Can you see all the little guppies? Okay, just for sake of consistency, I was debating on whether or not to take you down up the hill, but let's go ahead and do it since I have to go that way anyway. And then I'll sign off once I get back up there. But you can see how this totally changes. The riparian zone is a term that I've mentioned before that I learned, I don't know, last fall, I think, which is really fascinating part of the ecosystem. If you know anyone that does research and wants to come out here, you know, they can message me. I do let people camp on the property. And like I've mentioned, I have the artist and writers residency program. So this is all the challenge. I think I'm gonna have to hire like a tractor or something to come in and just kind of go through the rocks again. I know that that's disrupting the riparian zone, but it also, this will just get super overgrown. There's already like trees and stuff starting to root. So if I don't do it, it kind of ruins the whole point of having access down here. But what I wanted to really show you is something totally unexpected in these plants. These plants, I think they're like like a wild hydrangea that wasn't here before. And now they've just kind of grown. You can see how fast the water is coming down this hill. So that's something I have to figure out. Yeah, it stopped raining a couple hours ago. Okay, so see these plants? Little guy here? Like it's all over this edge, which is really cool. When you when nature has like a space, something else pops in. So, yeah, this is also a geology zone that's called the Western Highland Rim. So it's featured by this red chert sandstone up there and then limestone. So this is stone from when the planet formed and really the first time it's ever been exposed to air, which to me is really like mind-blowingly cool. Yeah, and then trees that don't need to be here. There's a lot of trees. I'm a tree saver person, but I've also, living out here, realized how fast they grow, how fast they seed, how fast they want to survive. But sometimes a sacrifice of a tree is perfectly okay. Some beautiful moss. These are starting to bloom already. So that's going to be pretty. It's all up over there. Okay, this is quite a mess. Those trees bloom so fast. Okay. It's a workout. If you know anyone who has accessibility issues and really wants to spend time in nature but would not be able to do something like this, please share this with them. I don't know what that weed is. Crazy stuff. Growing. It just rains here so much. So green. Foothills of Appalachia is very fertile ground. Oh, gosh. Okay, so there's, the chert and the sandstone kind of starting. It's really humid out. Okay, so we usually go up here, but full trees, so the better view is going to be through this path. Let me see if there's some mushrooms that usually bloom up here. Yeah, there's a few starting right there. See? Right there. All in here. They're brown right now. Maybe a couple of them pop back up. Okay. Oh, there's some. I can't remember what these are called. I have to look that back up again. Okay. Let's go see if we can find our landmark of the tree with the mushrooms, and I'll sign off and upload this as soon as I can. Some really great ferns. Okay. All right, so I've stood here a lot during that fall winter season into spring, and we could see through, the trees over there, and now we're in full on leaf coverage, which is really awesome. Anyway, I just wanted to thank you so much if you have subscribed to me for this. If you're subscribing to me for Hank, I appreciate that too. I'll be uploading some more videos of him. I had just had a bunch where he was helping me in the garden, and he has a little eye infection right now, so he's quarantined. And I'm also doing vlog videos on like projects and stuff that I'm working on. So it just takes time to document everything and then find those moments to, sit down and like edit or whatever if I need to. So anyway, thank you so much. Please leave me a comment if you would like to, and subscribe, hit the notification thingy, and I'll see you next time.